Hello, gentlemen. This is Krisha Young, and today I'm going to talk to you about erectile dysfunction and why you should not ignore this. Did you know that erectile dysfunction is actually a term made up by the pharmaceutical companies? When they used impotence, sales were flatlined. Sales for Viagra were flatlined. So they ended up coming up with erectile dysfunction, and they saw sales for Viagra go through the roof. If you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, you have to know that this is actually a serious issue. There might be some really serious underneath things going on, such as cardiovascular problems, so heart problems. And this should not be ignored if this is you. About 12% of men under the age of 59 have this issue, so this is not just an old man problem. There are 5 possible causes for erectile dysfunction. One I've already mentioned, which is circulation problems, right? Heart issues. You need blood flow in order to have an erection. So anything that is impeding that will have an impact on whether or not the quality of your erections and whether or not you actually get an erection. Drugs and medications, whether you're recreation drug using or on any kind of medications, those can have a big impact on whether or not you get hard. Booze is another factor in whether or not you are able to perform properly. Low testosterone levels, another big reason. And the last reason would be psychological. About 10% of people who have erectile dysfunction have a psychological reason why they can't have an erection. I'm going to go through 4 things that you can do about it. The first thing is I would advise you, if you have this issue at all, go get your blood work done. That is the most important thing for you to do right now. Get your heart rate, your heart checked out. See if there's any inflammatory issues going on in your body. So get them to check for inflammatory markers. But also take a good look at your lifestyle. So if we look at atherosclerosis, which is hardening of the arteries, that is actually caused by inflammation. And what is inflammation caused by? So we have to constantly go upstream to get to the root cause of what the problem is, right? So if we look at it, inflammation, what's the cause of that? It could be stress, it could be poor diet, it could be too many toxins, it could be all 3 of those things. So take a good look at your current life and do a really good assessment. Are you super stressed out? Are you working around a lot of chemicals? Do you have a really shitty diet? And those things combined, or even one of those things, if they're out of balance, they will cause inflammation in the body. And then that inflammation is what ends up causing this cascade of other events in the body, including hardening of the arteries. And then once that starts to happen, blood flow is impeded, and then you have an issue with your erection. 2. Nitric oxide. You want to get more foods in your body with nitrates, and this is not hot dogs and sandwich meats. This is vegetables. So you want to add in root vegetables like beets and carrots. You want to add in greens like celery and spinach and parsley, right? All those vegetables are really high in nitric oxide, and what that does is it allows for blood flow within the body, so it helps improve the blood flow. So if your diet is really devoid of any kind of green or root vegetables, it's time to start getting that stuff in, because that's going to help with the nitric oxide. Plus, they're all very anti-inflammatory as well. So going back to point 1, it's going to help with that as well. If you're overweight or obese at all, you need to start losing weight, not for vanity reasons, but because 52% of low testosterone levels in men are because of obesity, right? And low testosterone was one of the reasons that I said at the beginning for a cause of erectile dysfunction. So when the testosterone levels start to go down, other hormones end up being out of whack, including estrogen. And so those man boobs that you're carrying around might actually just be boobs. And then finally, do a really good assessment on your personal situation. Are you happy? Are you really happy? Are you living your dream life, or are you stuck in a job that you hate, right? Are you in a marriage that just does not light you up anymore? Like there's nothing left. Take a really good look at what's going on there. And if that part of your life is okay, we all have day-to-day stresses, bills to pay, times when things aren't that great. But if you're on, pretty much happy, And that's not the issue. Then you need to start looking at all those other things that I said, like losing weight, getting more of anti-inflammatory diet in you, assessing your stress, and getting more of those nitric oxide veggies in you on a day-to-day basis. So I hope you have enjoyed this video and that you've learned a lot here today. Please subscribe below and come on over to KrishaYoung.com, where I've got a ton of blogs and interesting content there for you. And I would love to see you subscribe to my newsletter while you're there as well. Bye for now.